Good afternoon, I'm Mike.
And I'm Becky.
And we're here for another edition of the Mike and Becky Show. Today we're at the War of 1812 Museum in Plattsburgh, New York. And our friend Keith is going to talk to you about the importance of the Battle of Plattsburgh and the War of 1812.
Absolutely. And one minor correction, battles at Plattsburgh.
Battles. Yes,
Land,
okay.
water, land and water.
Okay.
Okay, these were the most important battles of the War of 1812, not because I say so. Theodore Roosevelt said so.
Okay.
Winston Churchill said so, and Bathurst, who was the Secretary in War for the British government, he said so in the orders that were issued here.
Excellent.
Lake Champlain and the village of Plattsburgh were the big enchilada. This is where everything was supposed to end.
Okay.
These were the most important battles of the War of 1812, and once again, not because I say so. You have only to look at the actual orders. If you look at the orders from Bathurst, issued from Downing Street in June of 1814, they explicitly say to General Prevost, who was in Canada, we are sending you 10,000 troops. We want you to attack and capture and occupy some forward location on Lake Champlain. We have created diversions for you on the eastern and southern coast of the United States. That's Baltimore, that's Fort McHenry, that's New Orleans. They are only diversions for what happened here.
Wow.
This was the big enchilada, but it didn't quite work out the way they expected.
No.
The British fleet had 4 vessels. The American fleet had 4 vessels. They beat each other up for 2 hours and 20 minutes. None of the ships sank, but the British struck their flag. It was an unheard of action.
And this painting depicts that.
This painting is from Julian Davidson, 1884.
Wow.
It was commissioned by a local philanthropist here in Plattsburgh. He delivered it in 1884. It's one of the finest, if not the finest, of the inland naval waterway scenes of the period. And it's used in magazines and textbooks and tabletop books all around the world. And the U.S. Navy used this as the wrapper on the War of 1812, Volume 3.
Wow. Well, thank you, Keith. That's
You're quite welcome.
Very
It sounds
interesting.
like you've got a lot here, not just this, but a lot of history here, a lot of exhibits for. It's a small place, but at the same time, there's a good amount of information, and even we won't go into that, but even an American spy.
Absolutely.
So a little bit of intrigue too.
Sure.
And a little trivia part from that. The place that he bought after he ran the racetrack into the ground was called the Blue Pump Room.
Okay.
The bar,
Okay.
the bar top is still there.
Oh, really?
I think it's 82nd and 87th Street, a place called Near's Tavern.
Okay.
The bar top is from 1814.
We may have to check that out.
Yes, indeed.
That could be another episode of the Mike and Becky Show for sure.
And Ben Stiller did a scene down there in one of his movies.
Wow.
And Goodfellas, one scene was done at the end of the bar there.
Oh, okay.
And that's a Scorsese film.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we're aware of
And
that.
Near's just celebrated an anniversary down there. It's still open.
Wow,
Right.
that's great.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Keith.
you
quite welcome.
so
We
much
enjoyed our
for-
trip here.
Come and visit us.
You will.
Yes,
Okay.
come and visit them.
Yeah.
Now that you are closing here,
The end of
For the season.
October.
the end of October,
So
and then you
seasonal.
open again
May.
in May.
Okay.
They need to keep the heat on. Come and see them.
All right, take care. Thanks again, and we're back on the road. Bye now.